What's up, guys? My name is Sentinel and welcome to 7 Days to Die, a lovely zombie game created by the Fun Pimps. Now, before, just gotta put out some disclosures. This is the Xbox One version 1.0.18.1. I believe that is still, as of like 2017, been on hiatus due to stuff I'm not going to talk about because I'm not getting into that and the whole disputes and arguments and, backlash and all that crap. I am not playing on PC. The PC version is and has been continuously updated and, has a bunch of other stuff, but I will be playing the much greater downgraded 7 Days to Die on Xbox One console. But it's still an extremely enjoyable game. I absolutely love this game. I've played it for a very long time. I think back before like 1.5 at least. Definitely wasn't. I was not a beta player or the alpha player. I think I played it soon after it officially came out. But yes, the whole point of this game is your basic zombie survival game. I swear to God, my voice does not work some days. I think it's just because of the amount work, man. You would not believe it. But besides the point, whole point of the game is survive. I, for the most part, I'm not going to be playing this game like the most efficient way, you could say. There are lots of ways to like level up real fast and get like god tier loot before most likely even the first horde night, which is on the seventh day nighttime around the 22nd hour. That's when the horde night begins officially, and it lasts till the morning afterwards, which would be day 8, day 15, day 22, whatever comes after the 7th day. But I don't usually play like that. I try to level myself naturally. The only mass crafting I really use is like arrows and stuff. But I usually don't like camp. I don't camp traders. I don't try to use any like glitches or anything. Not to say that like there isn't a single way to play it. I'm just gonna play it the way I feel is most comfortable. To try to not bog it down by just being OP by the first horde night and then just a bunch of me walking around with max level loot. Because when you get to that point, it's you have the loot, but you can't repair it, and like you can't really do much with it. I mean, you kind of, by doing that, you bypass a lot of the stuff that you could do in the game, because then you like a ton of the skills don't become necessary, and it's just kind of boring to me that way. But again, if you play that way, you're not wrong. I'm just not going to be playing that way through this playthrough. Ooh, I heard a zombie. Okay. So I am playing on warrior difficulty, so I believe it goes insane something warrior, so I'm playing 2 levels down from the hardest. Loot is set to 100, so there is no extra loot. This is about your normal base level amount of loot that you'd get on any game. The enemy memory, I believe I set to 30 seconds, so as long as I can kind of get away from them for 30 seconds. I don't really have a weapon right now, so I don't know how I'm going to engage these guys. Enemy spawn was set to medium, so again, that's like the base 100% spawn rate, so they're going to spawn in any normal average game. The only thing that's really boosted is, like I said, the difficulty level. Difficulty levels, for anyone who's wondering, for this game, it changes the amount of damage you deal to a zombie and how much damage a zombie deals to you. So they're going to have more health and take less damage from me, and I'm going to take more damage from them. It's pretty easy. Ooh, found a road. Need to find a place to live, but first things first. Get rid of pretty much the basic little quest line that it's going to give me for getting started. Bedrolls, first thing you craft, because that is the respawn point. If you place a bedroll, or anything such, you will respawn there when you die. There is no fast travel in this game. It's just blank open world survival. Lots of zombies. I do need to keep an eye on my stamina because that'll screw me over in the end. I'm going to make as much stuff as possible. A lot of zombies. Usually I honestly don't see this many zombies at the start. Ooh. I'm going to try to loot as much stuff as possible. Whatever I can get. Ooh. Didn't expect to see that. So we do have a magnum frame. That's nice. It's going to be a while till I actually get anything to do with building the magnum outside of the frame, most likely. Magnums are one of the more rare, better weapons of the game. I'm a huge archery person when it does come down to it, though, in this game. It's easy to craft arrows, easy to upgrade the skill, and you can pretty much make a bow whenever you want. I am going to wait on the bow, though, because, like I said, the only thing I really like mass crafting is arrows, so that I have a crap ton of ammo, and that really boosts your weapon skill, or weapon smithing in this game, so it's good to do that in the beginning, is just find as many bird's nests and collect as many feathers as possible. Outside of that, though, I don't really know. Ooh, burn zone. Okay. So the burn zone is this little area right here. It is usually very foggy. It is very warm, obviously. And it usually houses burn victims and dogs. Now, burn victims aren't that bad. Dogs, I want to steer clear of as much as possible. Just scrap that and take the can. Because dogs are just one of the, I'm not going to say they're the worst, but they're one of the worst things in the game, so I'm not going to stay here. But as with most games, there are many biomes. My favorite is probably the one I'm in currently. I believe it's the forest. Yeah, it's the forest, because you got the savanna, the desert, the plains, the forests, the burn zone, the cities, or like decrepit ruins, whatever you want to call them. The rad zone, which is impossible to go into without dying. And am I forgetting anything? The ocean, desert, savanna, burn zone, forest, decrepit city. Nope, I'm pretty sure I got them all. If I didn't, we'll come across them sooner or later. What I need to do, though, while that zombie starts shuffling towards me, is find 0, 0. Because 0, 0 on the map. Okay, I don't like that. Okay, there's another one. Okay, yeah. Not the best idea to do this now, but I do need to find out where it is. So it's over here. Over here south. Okay, I can't. So it's just southwest of here. So I do kind of want to head that direction. Probably best to follow the road, because sooner or later a road will lead to some sort of town and or intersection that will hopefully house some buildings. But what I'm looking for is just a basic shelter. I know what kind of play I want to do. I want to probably do underground bunker style. Just so I don't have to worry too much about outside refortification. So if you take a building or build up, you're going to, one, be crafting a whole lot of traps, spike traps and such, and two, you're going to have to delve into collecting a whole bunch of resources to fortify the walls in case the traps don't work and they start wailing on your base, which is just really not what you want. I'm wondering, is this actually, I might adjust this just a tiny bit. Hopefully that's a bit better. I'll probably have to tone down my voice in this one just a tad bit. Oh, we got us a reinforced club. That's pretty nice. First weapon. Let's take a reinforced club. It's pretty much a step above your basic club, I believe. Well, he did not even react to that. Wow. Strong man. Oh, on the ground. Eat him. So this zombie is classified as a infected survivor. So yeah, zombies kind of ragdoll physics when they are killed. Good notification of like, hey, you killed that person. You don't have to shoot them. Or hit them, depending on how you're doing it. I do prefer to try to keep as much distance between me and zombies as possible. Another zombie. Got a crawler here. Probably won't be doing too much in the line of fighting just yet. Don't really want this guy wandering around though. These guys are leg breakers. Come on. Probably not doing as much damage as I could also because I'm out of stamina. A lot of the damage for like melee based attacks on zombies and objects are based on how much stamina you have as well as how good the object is. So if you have low stamina, you're going to be doing less than if you had 100 stamina. So it's always good to find a way to keep your stamina up. I, on the other hand, am not very good at doing that. Also, I realized I could just do this. Just get this task out of the way. Pick that up. Continue on. So our deers, and yes, they do run incredibly weird. Go deer. Go. Also chickens, but they're kind of normal. Go chicken. Let's see. Gather small wood. That's where oh no wait. I was looking for the wrong thing. One stone. That doesn't make any sense. Yeah, I gotta find a couple rocks. Pick some up along the way. Stone axe is your basic construction tool. Building it, I believe, boosts your construction and crafting skill for tools, but don't quote me on that. Might just be weaponsmith or toolsmithing. But using the axe to break and repair things definitely goes into your construction skill. For that, I'm sure. I'm gonna craft this because it'd be my character would start overheating if I actually wore the leather jacket. Did I have to? I did have to. And I'm gonna drop that and put on the shades. For any of you people who actually play 7 Days to Die, I'm playing as Mad Mole, this character. For any of you who actually care. A ton of characters to choose from, especially if you have the what is it, the Walking Dead DLC. Gives you some extra characters. The burn zone. I thought I was avoiding this place. I don't like the burn zone. Wait a minute, I'm supposed to be going southwest. I go this way anyway. I feel like I kind of just backtracked back to where I was. Nah, I'm definitely going a different direction. Yeah. For the first little while, it's pretty much just going to be trekking and finding spots and trying not to die until I can have a suitable place set up. If I do end up finding a place I like, I will probably cut to that. I don't know. It really depends on how fast I find any interesting little thing. I feel like for the most part, it's just gonna be me picking up birds' nests and dodging zombies because you usually don't find too much out in the wilderness unless you find like a hiking trail. But who knows? Alright, so I think I'm gonna set up around this area. Right now I'm sitting at about 1,850. The city is directly south of me, somewhere down in this area. And we do have a couple things. I did spot a couple decrepit houses, and I think there's a camp somewhere over here that I saw. But I'm gonna probably get rid of these rocks and set up a little prefabbed hole in the ground. Just as like the starter base. Again, I did see all those decrepit houses and stuff, but I didn't do any major looting. I got some stuff, and along the way I finished a couple of the markers. I think I'm on like 7 out of 8. If I wanted to, I could technically just like Where is it? Grab 3 of these. These are pretty much your base building material. Just a wooden block. How this game works is like when you start, if you're starting with the basic like wood block, sorry I accidentally hit that, you fortify it with wood, so that costs you 10 wood, and then you can fortify it again for like 10 or 20 wood, and then from there you can upgrade it with metal, and like each time it gets stronger. So like right now it's at 200 health, and then if I break this, it goes back to its component frame phase, which has 100 health. And then if I break this, there is physics, so these don't have any load bearing, so they fall, and they shatter into wood. And that's how this game works. I also did do the one where I completely equipped myself with cloth clothing. They're all basic materials, so like level 1 through 4, or 6 as I upgraded, and I had the shades. Levels in this game for like weapons and armor and stuff range from 1 to 600, 600 being the max you can find and or combine together. 500 is the max with any skill that you can make, but you can get better than 500. But I got to that point, so I'm probably going to knock these down, get the hole in the wall, because trust me, or the hole in... Oh dear God, please tell me that's what I... Oh shit. That's a bear. Bears, when you don't have good weapons or a motorbike, because yes, there are vehicles in this game, well, one vehicle in this game. Shit, that thing's gonna kill me. It's pretty much bears, unless it's a zombie bear, because yes, again, those are a thing in this game. That's just a regular bear. So if I get close to it, it's gonna try to kill me. But as long as I leave it alone and it doesn't wander near me, I should be fine. So I'm going to quietly start working on getting rid of this rock, which honestly is gonna take a while. And you probably don't want to see me sitting here for like 10-15 minutes beating on a rock. So I'm gonna jump cut it, because that just seems like the easiest thing to do here. Alright, so that is the rock finally down. It took a lot longer than I thought it would. There was a lot of broken axes. But luckily that now puts me at a pretty, decent level for making axes. 20 ain't bad. And I have a bunch of stone now for arrow crafting. So once I clear the rest of these, I will probably just dig up the other rock, because you can dig under it, but I needed stone desperately, so I just decided to cut the bottom layer and let it fall. But the other one, I'm probably just going to dig up and set that as the basis for the entrance. But in completing the other one, I now can go and find a trader. So I think this episode is just going to be getting the basics out of the way and setting the ground. And next episode, I will come back in, probably already have dug the hole. It'll probably be around the morning of day 3, depending on how long this takes. But I'm just going to quickly build this and dump all the things I don't need, and then we can be off to find the trader. I am a bit thirsty. Probably going to waste some of my stuff. I'll explain the land claim block when we actually have a base to put that in. But for now, it's relatively unimportant. I'm going to eat. Okay, so I'm not doing too bad on either front. I'm going to take 1 water and raw. Now, fortunately, I did accidentally come across a trader earlier, or a trader. It's... Wait a minute. Okay, well, this is going to be an interesting playthrough, because this can mark that. That is 1 trader. Now, apparently, there's also another trader. And because that marker is going to disappear when I get close to it, I am also going to mark... I'm going to go to this one, just get this out of the way, and see what type of trader it is. Because although the trader, whether you go to one or the other, are going to have most of the same items, you know, do the same thing, there are multiple different types of actual trader buildings, and each building can have something different, more or less lootable objects or not. This is one of the campsite I was talking about that I found. I haven't looted this. There's a zombie right there. I need to loot it because there's probably some good stuff. I want to at least get this bird's nest. Grab and go, grab and go, grab and go. Ooh, what is this? How did you die, Mr. Zombie? Ooh, water. Thank you. Water is very handy. If we can actually find like a lake, pond, puddle, or a house with a flooded basement, that would be great. Oh, okay. Well, I will probably not be coming to this trader too often. This is the derelict zone. How? There's one. I knew it. You fucked me, game. I'm hoping I can outrun it and that maybe it didn't spot me. What if it did? Yep, it followed me. Okay. Shoot. I need to try to light it on fire. Dogs are the worst. You can use the torch is a bit ineffective because it wastes a lot of stamina to use, but its return is that I can light things on fire and they will take damage over time without me having to do anything. Now hopefully he's not doing enough damage to actually break the rock below me and send me right into his jaws. Okay, he's on fire. He's on fire. Leave it into that. Leave it into that. Please die. Please die. Please, thank God. Okay. Luckily there was a rock. What? And he broke my leg. Alright. Luckily I have some of that. Alright. Now I'm going to quickly harvest his body because I need his corpse. I'm not going to get any actual usable meat. Dogs only have spoiled meat since they are technically zombie dogs. But what I can get from his carcass after I'm done collecting all of his stuff. Nope. Dodge around, finish collecting. Where's your corpse? And of course the corpse disappeared. Can I get it from this zombie corpse? Do I need a thing for that, or can I? Nope, apparently I didn't. Oh, no, I did. Sweet. So bones, apart from making glue, are good for bone shivs, and knives are better at collecting meat and hide from animals and carcasses. So it's always good to have one on hand, whether that be a bone shiv or a hunting knife. So unfortunately, we're not going to be using that trader very often, if at all, because screw that zone. I hate it. I hate it so much. But it's only really because of the dogs. If the dogs were anywhere else, it would be fine, because the ground there is made out of stone. So you can kind of just like sit there and easily mine stone for a very long time. Now, for all of these, I'm not a club person, so I'm not going to be using any clubs very often. So any reinforced ones I find, I'm going to be scrapping to get a whole bunch of iron back. But I guess I am now running over to the other trader that I should have gone to begin with, since I already knew the area and where it was. But I kind of want to know what the other trader's like. Oh well. We'll get to it in a future episode. But for now I'm just gonna leg it over there. I'll see you when I get there. Alright. And welcome to the trader. The base of the trader, ooh, schematic. The base of the trader is that it opens, I believe, at 6 a.m. each day and closes at the 22nd hour of each day. You come to him and you talk to him. He will show you his listings. You can go to certain categories. He has like a secret stash. Buying and selling stuff gives you points in towards a bargaining skill that makes things cheaper. At a certain level of that bargaining skill, you can unlock a perk that has him sell even more stuff at certain things. His entire place is indestructible. Zombies cannot get in or out. And yeah. He uses a currency called Duke's Casino tokens. You can find them in safes, cash registers, treasure chests if you go hunting for those. And you know, you can make them by selling stuff to him. He has crops he can pick up, but these are just coffee beans, which I probably won't be using unless I go somewhere cold. Each trader also comes with interactable vending machines that you can put your own stuff into if you rent them so that players can buy your stuff. There are a workbench and cement mixer here, which you can use, but obviously if it closed and you don't get your stuff, you have to wait till the next morning to open up. I'm going to steal that barrel, and the zombies are going to start, hunting me, but they can't hurt his stuff. That's that ringing you're hearing. It's that's the indestructible world boundary sound. You hit it if you go to the world limit at the very bottom while mining. Same thing happens if you hit the bedrock at that level. But yeah, that was the basics done, and for doing the basic level and fighting the trader, I did get 10 points into any real thing I want. I don't know if I'm going to be using points just yet. Personally, how I do it is I usually save up about 100 points, and that by that time it's given me a chance to develop certain skills, so I can be like, okay, I have enough in this, so the secret is unlocked, or the extra is unlocked. An important one is steelsmithing. For this, you need a level 40 construction skill. Right now, I'm only at level 6. So by the time I actually hit level 40, I can then put 30 of those 100 points into steelsmithing, and boom, I got it. So it does take time, but it's worth it to kind of hold off on using your points at the beginning just to see where it kind of all leads to. Of course, I'm playing a solo run, so I will have to kind of really ration my points into the things I need, because I can't really rely on someone else to do weapon or toolsmithing or any of the others. And I will also need to put stuff into looting so I can get better loot back on any little runs we do to towns or camps. But for now, I think that's going to be it as I head back to our little campsite. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Pretty much been the very minimum basics of this game, down to a T. Next time, hopefully it'll be a little bit more exciting, and probably go looking into some of these houses that are dotted around our little area here. It's super surprising that there are actually 2 traders in this area. That'll come in handy later, I feel, for certain things. But until then, I will see you guys next time.